down. It's Wednesday night and there's golf again. It felt weird to have a Wednesday night last Wednesday. I was like, where's my golf, man? What the hell do I do? Wednesdays kind of suck when there's no PGA. That is a fact, okay? My day just has no meaning when there's no golf on Wednesdays. What's up, new guy? My name is James, better known as the Degenerate75. I'm a DFS content creator who is here to help you get a little bit better at DFS. I'm not going to do a picks and plays and all that nonsense, but a little thing called the process. I encourage you to hang around for about the next 40 to 45 minutes. We're going to have a shorter show tonight, okay? We're going to call it a Brian Harmon show. It's going to be extra short, okay? But it's going to be scrappy, and it's going to grind out pars. Those are two things I can guarantee you about the stream tonight. What you want to know is, if you find you like the cut of my jib, come check out that schedule. I do this stream every Wednesday, assuming there's a golf tournament. I also do NFL, college football, all kinds of shit. Come check it out. I go live a lot, and I try not to be boring. Try. The key word is try. No promises. I try. By the way, hit that like button over there. For every 50 likes we get, I will be drawing from the chat, and in that chat, you will build a lineup with me, which I just realized I should probably go reserve some fucking lineups. Oops, already cussing, so that we can get in there, right? So do that. By the way, the big F counter above my head, you're going to want to know about that too. Every time I say the F word, which I'm really going to work on for the new season, I'm going to put money in there, and we will play 1v1 for all that money. The guy last week, or 2 weeks ago, when they were over in Japan, where the hell was it? Wherever, another country. There's other countries other than the United States. I had no idea. You got to tell me this stuff. It was Ronnie. He's a dude from my Discord. We played heads up. Teddy, what do you think?
Pay that man his money.
I don't think so, Teddy. I whooped his ass. I will be keeping all that money. Ronnie made the big mistake of messing with the bull. He got the horns. I have no proof of it. Just trust me, okay? I'm sure he's over here in the chat. He will testify that I whooped that ass, all right? So let's get going. Hit the like. Get your questions. Only up to 2. You ask more than 2 questions, I will kick you in the nuts, just like week-long PGA will, okay? That's why we call it AKA kicking the nuts. Very simple question, not new guy, because there's no chance on November 1st that some dude is just randomly finding a PGA DFS stream. But I'm going to play that there's one anyways. So new guy, simple question. Have you made your lineups yet? You have. I know you have, new guy that doesn't exist except for this monologue so that I can continue my shtick. I know you have, Dickie. Don't be that guy. How can you make your decisions on your golf lineups before you've watched the show that has all the final things you need to know before you make your lineups, Dickie? All right, let's start with contest selection. The first place you were stepping on your dick, and the first place you need to stop stepping on your dick. The big main tournament this week, it's $100,000 up top, which gets some people excited. I don't give a shit. It's just so bad, right? All right, just do the math. $25 entries. If you max enter this 150, that would be what? $3,750, right? That's what it would cost to max enter this. You get 6th place in this tournament, and that one lineup still doesn't pay off how much you're in. I can't. To me, that is so unsustainable. I get there's a handful of high limit players out there that can afford to do those so that they can go hit those $25,000, $100,000 wins up top, right? But that's not how I play. And if you're ever a person who is trying to get your bankroll under management and not be a deposit king, don't play in fucking tournaments like this, okay? They are really, really bad. I'm already not doing a good job of not saying F. So I'm telling you, look at them. If you want to do 150, at least the $5 drive the green's a little bit better, right? It's a quarter to first, which you know I hate, but last time I checked, a quarter to first is better than a third to first. But just look how quick this tails off, right? You get 9th place in this tournament, you get $500. Yet you paid $750 to max enter. It doesn't even cover your entry cost if you finish 9th out of 24,000 people. That is just not sustainable. I might hit it one day. Okay, you might. I will grant you that. You might hit first place one day, right? But you know what's more likely to happen? You're going to burn through all your bankroll before you get there. So for me, I'm not going to be bullied by old DraftKings. I'm going to play in tournaments I like. Here's one I found, maybe on the price range of a lot of you guys. My dude, A.D. Smith, turned me on to this one. Little $88 10 max. Look at this. First place, what is that? 4 out of 26. So basically, it's only about 17% of the prize pool goes to first. Look how second is 75%. Third place is half of first. What a great payout structure. So I'm going to play in this. I'm going to play in the $200 single entry. Hell, even my other favorite, the 254 max, they nerfed the shit out of that and made it 100 to first. Or, a third to first. I'm out. I think one other you can consider if you don't mind it not having a huge first prize is the one that I got created. The $10 18 max is nutted, right? 10% to first, second's half of that, and 10th place is 1/10. That's as good of a structure as you're ever going to see out there. I think that times like this in the swing season, you need to quit dreaming about hitting big and just enjoy playing PGA DFS. Maybe try to win a couple bucks by getting in some good contests. And this is a great way to stay in touch and keep playing some PGA DFS. Maybe play a little bit of Showdown the next couple days. And that's how you can do it. What you shouldn't do is get bullied into playing in these shitty structured contests simply because you think that's all there is. No, there's plenty of other contests out there, right? The $200 single entry is just dandy. If you're going to play $200 this week, you'd be so much better putting in this $200 single entry than going and tossing 40 in the $5 or 8 in the $25, okay? There you go. That's contest selection. That's all we're talking about. New guy, chance at redemption. What's the first thing we always check at PGA DFS? Nope. It is weather, you donkey. And fortunately for you, I am not a poor, and I can afford the $18 a year to get, oh, wow, we got 100 people in here? That is like already about 97 more than I was anticipating. I can afford the $18 a year to give you the best weather forecast, okay? I'm not a poor. I do not use Windfinder, okay? I am a filthy, filthy, filthy rich man who can stomach this $18 a year. And as you can see, we are going to be looking at Eric Cole Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or better known as Every Country Makes Weather Forecast projections, which I have heard is the best for foreign nations. Here in America, of course, we use but this is in Mexico, okay? That's the country below the United States, okay? Here's what you want to know. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. It's a coastal resort course. It looks like there could be like the most mildest of winds Friday afternoon, but like, look, you're going to basically see the same thing on Thursday afternoon. As much as I want to believe that there could be a slight PM AM wave edge, I'm just not seeing it, Bob. They're going to roast the shit out of this course. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be 80 almost the entire time they're out there. Because there's only 132 people in this tournament, they're not going off super early. They're not going off at 6 in the morning. Okay, they're going off at a much more reasonable time, and I think you're going to see guys just light this course up because it is going to be mint conditions. You're going to have a course that is not going to be baked out. You're going to have a course that's not going to be too hot, and you're going to have a course that's not going to have those big winds coming off of the ocean like we've seen before, right? Matter of fact, I think what's really interesting to me is we have seen all fall that the afternoons have actually been playing easier than the morning. So, you know, if you're a showdown person and you want to be a little weird tomorrow, maybe go play afternoon guys over morning guys. That's not how it is basically all year round at golf. But for this swing season, that has been the case. So something to consider. And I think what's even more than that is play round 2 showdown, because then you'll actually have some data from round 1 to see how, you know, is the course more gettable. And then you can use that to make good decisions about round 2. But here we're talking about week long, AKA kicking the nuts, and I'm not seeing a big weather edge. If you force me to pick, I would say the slightest of slightest edges to PM AM, but if it's more than a quarter shot, I would be shocked. Fucking shocked. All right, there you go. That's the weather. I wish there was more, because let's face it, when it comes down to PGA DFS, the biggest edge you can have is a weather edge, and people being like, that weather don't matter. Okay, thank you, dumbasses. Okay, so after that, we're left with ownership. And as you'll see in a little bit, the ownership's not too out of line this week, right? So really, then what you're left with is like trying to guess how this course is going to play, and really nobody knows how it's going to play. Everybody just says, play Bombers, it's going to be easy. Okay, yeah, because I've never seen this community all be dick wrong before, right? So I'm not sure I'm buying that yet. I don't think this course is going to be the cupcake that everybody thinks it is. Yes, it is definitely probably going to be under -20, but I hear people touting 26 to 30 as the winner. Not a chance. That's my opinion, Bob. That's my opinion. That's why you come to the show. You want my opinion, okay? All right, let's get to the pivot tracker. If you remember the Zozo, we have Minwoo Lee, Svensson, and Champ as some of our donkey choke. And you can see Minwoo did very well, but Svensson and Champ not so much. You can see it was a mixed bag. Actually, 4 of the 6 pivots outproduced the chalk, and you can see we're just lingering right around that number, right? It's 52% of pivots outperform the chalk, right? And even if that number's 50-50, let's just say the number's 50-50, okay? If the number is 50-50, then you should still almost always play the pivots, right? Because your picks suck, and just play the game. And if you can get somebody at 5% ownership and somebody else has 20% ownership, what are you doing with your life? Because they're basically the same outcome. But this guy hits the ball far, and this is a Bombers course. Or he doesn't, or it's not, or he sucks that week. Those are all things you need to consider, Bob. All right, let's get over to ownership. This is the top 10 most owned. I'm going to break them down into chalk. If you're the 10 highest owned, you're definitely chalk, right? That's the term we use to mean popular owned, but the idiots don't know how to differentiate between that. There's got to be shades of gray when it comes to chalk, right? And so I break it down into 3. We have donkey chalk, which is just the worst kind of chalk, meaning that if you play it, you are a true donkey dick. There's chalk, which means I don't love it, but if you love it, you can go ahead and play it. Just don't get carried away with that chalk. And then there's okay chalk, which I basically don't even categorize as chalk. A lot of times it's just simply because of where a guy is priced, he gets that ownership, right? So let's go through this. Let's break these 3 down. Let's see. The very first one up is Ludwig how big, okay? The more like the iceberg, because he keeps sinking all my chances of ever winning a GBP, that stupid piece of shit. Okay, great. So, Mr. Oberg is going to be wildly owned. Yes, I'm glad they finally priced him up over $11,000 where he definitely belongs. He's definitively more talented than every other player in this field. And honestly, I like him at Birdie Fest. So, like, what is there not to like about him? Nothing, right? I mean, other than his stupid name. That's about the only thing I don't like about him. But at 32%, I don't care if you're Jesus himself. That you are chalky beyond belief. He is legit 10 points clear of anybody else. So Ludwig, as much as I may like you, and I still might play your sorry ass, but I have to be consistent. You, sir, are the man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. We don't play it except when he's way better than everybody. Then we at least consider it. Moving on, we're going to Young and Tigala, both guys that are pretty high, but you also got to remember a lot of that is just baked in simply because they are up there, higher up in the pricing. And we know rule number one, people spend their money at PGA DFS, okay? The average lineup either spends $49,900 or $50,000. It's like 70, 80% of lineups do that. So these guys just naturally get ownership because they're names that people click on just because they're up there, not necessarily even because of how good of a play they are. Now, even with them being relatively high, you could think to give them donkey chalk, but you do have to look at them in comparison to Aberg because they are in that same tier. They are the second and third highest priced guys. And because he is true donkey chalk, I think I'm going to give these two a pass, and I'm just going to say I don't love it. I don't love it, but they are a little high, okay? And if you want to play those guys, I think that's fine. You just don't want to get caught up playing these guys with 5 other chalky guys because then you end up getting in the same similar build that so many other people will have, right? So be careful on how you use these guys. I'm not telling you not to use them. Those 3 guys right there that I've already colored, without question, are the 3 best players in this field and without question have the highest win equity. And if you don't know, just go look. How many GPP lineups win that don't have the winner of the actual tournament itself? It's like 1 out of 100 may do that, right? You're going to need the winner. So just completely sacrificing these 3 guys and acting like you'll be fine could be a little short-sighted because these 3 guys definitively have the highest win equity. Now we come to old Cameron Champ, right? Cameron Champ coming in at a smooth 17.2%, yet he is only in the 7,000s. How many times I got to tell you this? Anytime somebody gets above 15% in the 7Ks, a big effing red flag. Look at that. Look at me saying effing. Should go up and should go woo, woo. Something's going on. Cam Champ at 17%, higher than a lot of guys in the 9,000s, actually higher than every guy in the 9,000s if you want to be technical about it. Cam Champ, I hate to say it, you make all the sense in the world, but I'm a man of incredible scruples. Cam Champ, that man is the man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. We don't do it, especially when they're a loser like Cam Champ. What are you doing? You go play all the Cam Champ, you donkey dicks. I love him. I love Cam Champ. I'm not going to play him. Incredible scruples. That's what they call me. Mr. Scruples back home. That's what they call me. Moving on, tearing up my heart when I'm with you. Callum, which is funny. This guy used to be my guilty little pleasure, and now he's turned into the society's little slut, right? Everybody loves this guy now. I loved Callum Tarrant before you even knew who the hell he was. You guys get off of him. He's mine. Okay, especially at Showdown. Don't you dare play him at Showdown. Callum Tarrant's my slut. All right. Actually, I think I'm his slut in this analogy. Whatever. Callum Tarrant, 7,600, coming in at 16%. How many times I got to say this? When the guy's in the 7,000s, so over 15%. Do you even need me to do it? Do you even need to know what this man's going to be? I don't care if Justin Timberlake sang a song about him. I don't give a shit. The man is the man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. We don't do it. Dewey guy in the back. He's still asleep. He's still messed up he has the jet lag from the Japanese tournament. Go back to sleep. All right, so there you go. We just got donkey chalk everywhere. All right, Davis Thompson, cheesy ass smile, but I love this dude. Another guy here's a good rule this week. If I love you, you're pretty much just mega chalk, okay? Because we're all landing on the same guys, right? If there's certain guys that we think are going to fit this course well, guys who are playing well, and when they check both those boxes, it pretty much makes them chalk. Davis Thompson is a dude that I think is a big talent. I've been buying his stock since before it was cool, and now everybody's catching on. Davis Thompson and Callum Tarrant are mine. Get the hell off of him. You go take Lucas Glover and them other losers. All right. Davis Thompson is coming in at 16%. Problem is, there's a lot of other guys around him, 7, 8, 9%. So as much as I hate to say this, he is by definition. I hate to say it. The man is the man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. We don't do it. Jesus, I love him too. God. I get it. I love him too. Look, you can play donkey chalk. You can. Just don't play it all together, you donkeys. All right, JJ Spawn. Okay, JJ Spawn should just always be Donkey Chalk because if you play him, you're an idiot. All right, I've never understood why people have such a love affair with JJ Spawn. Is it because like he looks like a slightly chubbier Jason Day, so you think that maybe he's like a slightly better Jason Day? That's the only thing I could think of. The guy is not good. He waddles around the course, and he's never made 5 birdies in a round in his life. I'm kidding. The guy never makes a bogey. I will give you that. He has to be number 1 in the history of golf. The man never makes bogeys, but he also never makes birdies. And last time I checked, we're playing DraftKings where birdies and bogeys add up a lot faster than 18 pars. Whatever. JJ Spawn, I'm going to you know what? I think we can kind of just lump JJ Spawn, Adam Svensson together. They're right there in that same range. You know, they're too low to be Donkey Chalks. I think we'll just call them both. Yeah, I don't love it, right? But then we get to old Dumpathan, Boathan, and Luke List, right? These guys are a little bit lower. And they're kind of, in different tiers, right? Luke List kind of goes down with that group in the 8,000s. Hostler's more up with the group in the 10K. So they're in a different grouping than Spawn and Svensson, right? And I think both of these guys, I think they're actually pretty acceptable chalk. So if that is, I think I've got to give them, they're okay chalk. I think I can get on board with this, right? They're chalk. They're a little high, but I don't think you even consider getting off of Dumpy Bo or Luke List at those ownerships if you like them. That's what I would say about it. And then lastly, anytime there's an honorable mention, you should be aware. I was silly enough to put this guy in my sleepers this morning, thinking, ooh, Brandon Wu's a nice little fit this week. And then I went and did ownership. And I'm like, okay, he ain't a sleeper. I do the sleepers list before I do ownership, right? So I don't really know. I guess I could have just assumed because I liked him, he was going to be wildly popular like every other motherfather this week. Don't forget to hit the like. I see we're almost up to 100 likes over there, you motherfathers. So Brandon Wu, anytime there's an honorable mention, red flag should go up. He's 13% in the low 7Ks. If you're above 10% in the low 7Ks, you should already know what's coming. I love Brandon Wu too. I do, but I'm sorry, Brandon Wu, you sir. The man's Donkey Chalk, and we don't play Donkey Chalk. We can't be doing it. All right, 7K Donkey Chalk. I'll leave it all for you guys. I'll go play the guys at 4% owned, and you'll be like, how in the hell did anybody know that guy was going to do well? Because it's golf, and it doesn't make a lick of sense, especially in the 7Ks where they're all flaky slap dicks. That's how I know. Play the game. Quit having your picks. Let's move on. That was ownership. Let's get over to the solver. You see that right there? That's the solver. That's called an optimizer. Optimizers are kind of the way of the future. So you have smart people or you have sweaty tryhards like me, preferably both, that make projections. You see I have my projections in there for Classic and for Showdown and all my ownership. I do this for golf. I do this for Golf Showdown. I do this for football, both NFL Showdown, college football, and soon, coming in February, I'll even be doing it for NASCAR. If you want my projections, if you've been watching this show and you don't know that I'm the sweatiest motherfucker tryhard you will ever meet when it comes to putting these projections. These aren't somebody else's projections. They're my projections, and I load them on here. And you can get them and the optimizer for simply $25 a month. $25 a month. Not only does that get you the optimizer, which will make the best versions of your player pool, it will also get you my projections preloaded in there, so long as you use that little Showdown Hoedown symbol right there. I'm just telling you that the retention rate on this is insane because people are like, oh, fuck, I didn't know it was that cool, and they just stay forever, right? This is why I just try to get you guys, just try out my site or try out the solver. 2 different things, by the way. Try them out. You'll just stay forever because they're both awesome, right? That's my warning. Hey, did you know me and Tambo are hosting a meetup at the Waste Management? I got to imagine if it's November 1st and you're watching a golf stream on a Wednesday night at 7:18 p.m., you're probably a PGA DFS tryhard. If you've ever wanted to meet me and Tambo, one of my best friends in this entire industry, we are going to be out there at the Waste Management, at the tournament, hanging out, drinking beers, watching golf, talking shit. If you want to come there, make your plans. We will have a whole itinerary set up where you can meet us. We'll be at the casino one night. We'll be at Topgolf one night. Of course, we'll be at the course multiple days. We'll be having a Super Bowl party. Come out there, bring a friend, bring your wife. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. Just know you can come meet, hang out with us, because if you don't know, I'm not famous and stuff. I'm just a normal dude, and I'll just fucking drink a beer with you because I'm a normal dude, and that's how I roll. All right, let's get over to the model, because if you haven't heard, the model is life, all right? The model is life. And here's some things I'm looking at in the model. First of all, I think the model, if you've been watching me this entire swing season, you know how I feel about models this time of year. They're kind of worthless, Bob. All right, because we don't have any good data. I mean, just the last tournament they played, we don't even have strokes gained data from, so that's essentially useless other than where they finished. And even if they did finish 6th place, did they just do it picking up a bunch of strokes putting? We don't even know. So I think you've got to look at a lot of models this time of year and use it take it with a grain of salt, because it's not factoring in recent form, which is way more important than long-term form when you look at success tournament to tournament, okay? So when I made my model, of course, I looked at more zoomed out stats and try to focus on things that I think would make a good golfer at this course, because this is a brand new course to this. This is a Tiger Woods course, very first time on the tour. We know nothing about it, and we have no strokes gained data to look at what made people successful at it, right? So the first one I looked at is off the tee on easy fairways. If you haven't heard, you could land a jumbo jet on these fairways. I could find the fairway at this course. That lets you know they are real wide, okay? So I want to know who picks up strokes off the tee, but only on easy fairways, right? Because anybody, you can just bomb it out there and you're going to be fine. Birdies are better gained on easy conditions. Who scores well on paspalum? This entire course, it's not just the greens, it's also the fairways are paspalum, which is a unique grass that we typically only see in the tropical type areas where we see courses like the Bermuda, the Barracuda, Puerto Rico, courses like that. So guys who play well on that, I think that is a unique type of grass that I want to see. I also looked at par 5 scoring on easy because we have 4 par 5s, but of course they're going to be easy because this is an easy-ass course. Opportunities gained on easy courses. Proximity. I think there's going to be a lot of long iron shots this week. 175 to 200 and 200 plus. So I put those on there. I looked at who does well on easy 72s and who putts well on paspalum, which can be a little tricky because a lot of the courses that offer paspalum do not have strokes gained data. So we don't have a ton of good paspalum strokes data when it comes to putting. So I gave that a lesser percent, right? And let's go over to the model. And number 1 in my model is Cameron fucking Champ. What is going on? Cam Champ's number 1 in the model. Throw it out. Throw it out. If that doesn't prove that the model is hot garbage, I don't know what does. I don't know what does, okay? Let's talk about the model. Let's see. I mean, the big 3 up here, Sahith, Sahith always gets punished because, like, he's not good off the tee, okay? They call him the sprayer. The guy, he's a notoriously sprayer. I'm just telling you, Sahith Theegala is a dude that's just never going to pop in models. You just got to know this about Sahith Theegala. The sum of his parts is greater than the individual pieces. You got to just know that, right? The guy's just a magic man, okay? He's kind of got that Jordan Spieth, like, magic beans going, right? He'd probably be on that list. Let's say, who would be ahead of Sahith Theegala on strokes gained magic beans? Probably Jordan Spieth, Mackenzie Hughes. That's probably it. Maybe Rory when I fade him. That motherfather always lucky-ass chips in and stuff. He sucks. He does. Rory sucks. That's non-debatable. Non-debatable. Okay. Looking at the model here, you can see there's plenty of guys that look good. To me, the real question is what to do up here. I think these top 3 guys are going to be pretty popular, but if you do not have a hot take on Oberg, Young, and Theegala, say you're making a single lineup this week, the biggest thing you can do is basically from Jaeger all the way down to, like, Herbert. Like, none of these guys are really owned. It's crazy. It's like everybody's playing these top 3 and then just skipping down to the 8 and the 7Ks. And I think that's a great build. That's initially how I wanted to build. But if you're just looking at where the ownership going, almost every lineup is going to start with 1 or 2 of these guys up here, and then they're jumping down here, and occasionally they're going to grab Bo, but what they're doing more often is they're coming down here and they're getting Davis Thompson, they're getting Goddard, they're getting Pendrith, they're getting Cam Champ. That is where people are landing with the 3rd guy in their lineup, right? And they really love this range. So if you want to be different, just start your lineup with Jaeger or old Lukey Gloves or Dumpy Bo or Emiliano Grillo or, heaven forbid, Thomas Dietrich, right? These are some guys that are going wildly underowned. Svensson, Batia, Kirk, List, Suh, all these guys are lower owned than I anticipated them to be, and that tells me that people are building their lineups by starting up here and then jumping to that low 8K, high 7K range for their 3rd, 4th, and 5th guys into their lineup. And if you have that knowledge ahead of time, you can really just build your lineup completely different just by picking different guys from different ranges. Just fade those top 3, fade that upper 8K, or excuse me, that lower 8K, upper 7K range, and you have all kinds of really good golfers to pick from. All kinds of good golfers. No one is playing Grillo, Dietrich, Batia, Kirk, List, Suh. Those are good golfers. Kuchar, Hubbard. No one's playing these guys. You can get those guys, and you could build a lineup with 4 of those guys. Then come drop down here in the low 7s and grab a couple. If you want to play chalky guys down there, which I would not advise, you can do. So I'm telling you, man, that one of the few ways that you can gain leverage this week is just simply by constructing your roster different than everybody else. Okay, I know a lot of you probably play NFL Showdown, and how often do I say this? If you want to play good players, but you want to play them in a way that everybody else isn't, just go play 4 guys from the underdog underdog team, and now you can get 6 good players in your lineup that will actually be on the field and contributing to the game, but you will be using them in a way that not everybody else is. That same logic applies right here to PGA DFS. If you know that almost every lineup is going to contain one of these top 3, and then also going to contain this Davis, Thompson, Goddard, Pendrith, Cam Champ range, well, then just simply stay away from those 2 ranges. And you can play all kinds of good golfers who are just fine at this course, who will be just fine and do just dandy, and you are getting them and building them, using them in a way that nobody else is, right? Or if you really are just in love with, Cam Champ for what the hell ever reason, then play Cam Champ and don't play him with one of those top 3, okay? Play the chalky piece that you want, but go play him in a way that nobody else is. That's the best advice I could give you. Going on from there, this has just been a real trend that's picked up in 2023. It has not always been this way, that the ownership really seems to pool in the 7Ks, right? You want to know who's going to be super chalky in the 7Ks? Cam Champ's going to be super chalky. Davis Riley is going to be super chalky. Tearing Up My Heart is going to be super chalky. By the way, Chad Ramey withdrew today, so make sure you didn't miss that. Chad Ramey did withdraw, so don't miss that. Brandon Wu is going to be wildly popular. And after that, I don't think you're going to see anybody in double digits, right? So there's plenty. I mean, just look at all these great pivot options you have down here, right? Like Doug Gim. No one's playing Doug Gim. Chesson Hadley, Sam Ryder, Mav McNeely. Vince Whaley is way overpriced, by the way. Chad Ramey withdrew. Austin Eck wrote, Peter's on a quest to win. Grayson Sigg. I mean, T. Dunks, Nate Lashley, Lonto Griffin, Troy Merritt. These guys are all just as good of golfers as the other dudes around them that are 3 times higher ownership. If you truly believe that Brandon Wu is 3 times more likely to outperform Nate Lashley, you slip into my DMs and give me 3 to 1. I'll bet any amount of money you're comfortable losing. All right? Any amount of money. There's just no way on God's green earth that Brandon Wu is 3 times more likely to outperform Nate Lashley, but I bet he is going to come in right at 3 times more highly owned than him. Play the game. If you want some sleepers to consider, I got a couple. Harry Hall. Look, if this turns into a putting contest, Harry Hall is an absolute dynamite putter. I do know they're down in Mexico, so there's a lot of crime, so you got to be warm to Commissioner Gordon, okay? The commissioner will take down crime and Harvey Two-Face. It's what he's known for. From there, I think I just picked him as a sleeper mainly because I was craving some mac and cheese. So, of course, Kelly Craft's going to be on there. That's all I have is he's just delicious, right? Don't knock him till you try him, okay? There's no reason that powdered cheese should be that good, but he is. He is! I don't know what you want me to say. The guy's delicious. And don't forget, the last 2 times we saw him, his strokes gained approach has been absolutely disgusting. So if he can keep that up, Kelly Craft can putt a little bit too. And one last one of my showdown guys that I'm considering for week long, old Harrison Endicott. This guy's kind of popping in the old model, all right? And if it turns into a birdie fest, just let me tell you, Harrison Endicott can get Harrison Aruru hot. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. That is the model. That is some pivots. That is some roster construction. That is some sleepers. But I think we got to get to the 2 important questions that everybody loves that I answer every Wednesday night. And, of course, the first one is this. Who is the one guy I'm definitely not playing? Well, the one guy I'm definitely not playing is tough. Because he was one of the first guys that jumped out to me this week. But then I remembered that I'm here to be the leader of the tryhards, and I have to lead by example. I have to lead by example and not playing in shitty contests. I have to lead by example by not building lineups the same way everybody else does, and I also have to lead by example by not playing donkey dick chalk that makes no sense if you're a person who plays the game. So it is with great sadness, and this guy might just do dandy this week, but he just checks every single box. They say you got to be a bomber. This guy's a bomber. They say you got to be playing well. He's playing well. They say you got to play well on Paspalum. He plays well on Paspalum. They say you got to be number 1 in the model. He's number 1 in my model. And you know what I say to all of that? I don't give a shit. Okay, with great sadness. The one guy I'm definitely not playing this week, he's no Champ to me. Cameron Champ, Paulie, tell him.
Get the fuck
We ain't playing Cameron Champ. Get out of here with that crap. Which brings me to a more important question. Who is the one guy I'm playing this week? Well, if you've been tracking this, the one guy I've been playing this week, I got on a real heater in the summer, right? I think I picked a winner like 3 out of 4 weeks or something. And the one week that it wasn't was like a second. Real heater, right? And ever since then, I have not picked a winner. So I realized that it is time for me to get off the schneid. And the one guy I'm definitely going to play needed to be somebody who's going to win this tournament. So I looked at this tournament and I said, well, who's definitely going to win this tournament? Who is a person who needs a win as badly as I do? And I thought, oh, wait, I know the answer. Plus, the guy I thought of was like, hey, this guy never wins. This guy's kind of a slapdick that would never win at a real tournament, so of course he'd win at some stupid swing season contest in another country, and then everybody can talk about what a winner he is. I know better, but I do think he's going to win this week. They say you got to be able to bomb it. This guy can bomb it. They say you need to be able to score. This guy can score. They say you need to be good at par fives. This guy's good at par fives. They say and when all else fails, just play the talent. And I truly believe this guy is probably one of the 3 best players in this field. And so with that, I think that I have to play him. I think I've got to do it. And no matter what you ever tell me, this guy looks like Terrell Hatton had a love child with a leprechaun. You'll never convince me any different. I want DNA proof that this guy is not a direct descendant of a leprechaun. So, let's see. Who is the one guy I'm playing? Let's see what the editor cooked up for us. Oh, shit. This is inspired by Halloween, if you can't tell. Oh, shit. Ron's searching for a win. Ron needs a win, everybody. Ron needs a win. Where the hell are we going to find a win out here? Where are we going to find a win? It's creepy like Halloween, right? Well, they're in Mexico, so it's probably going to be in the well. Don't drink the water, by the way. Hey, what's in there? What's in there? What the hell's in there, Ron? What's in there? Oh, shit, it's the championship. That's a winner. We found it. We're going to finally find a win. Oh, shit.
What the hell are you? I'm a leprechaun.
I told you he's a leprechaun. Take the win. Take the win, Cam. We need this. We need this, Cam.
Me powers are returning.
Yeah, see? They're coming back to him.
Sounds like me go.
Sounds like a win.
Looks like me go.
Looks like a win.
Tastes like me go.
Tastes like a win. Cam, get off me. The one guy we're definitely playing is Cam Young for the win. Let's go. Cam Young's going to win. Hopefully. That's it. That's the one guy we're definitely playing. Let's get to questions. But before we do, come check out my site, dgen75.com. Yeah, I promise you it's going to be the #1 site in PGA DFS come 2024. Hell, it might already be there. I don't know. But I just want you to know we are doing golf every week. There's still 4 more weeks of golf. I'm telling you to come check it out. I'm also doing NFL, college football. I have packages as low as $5. There has to be a place where you can get quality DFS content and tools that competes with everybody else without being fucking price gouged. That's got to exist somewhere, right? And that is what I try to build over at my site. I highly encourage you to come check it out. Look at this. Look, this last week, $100,000 winner, $100,000 winner, $2,500 winner, $2,000, $1,000, $1,500. I mean, 11 GPP winners, $200,000 winners, and this isn't about like, oh, they're winning, we guarantee you'll win. These are people that have bought into the process, started building a process, and didn't do it with like, ooh, Dejan's picks and all that stupid shit. They're guys that have learned how to play the game, gotten better at it, and now they're seeing the fruits of their labor, and that's what we all want from DFS, is to have fun with it, have it be sustainable, and eventually, if we do it right long enough, we can get there. And oh yeah, I have the best tool out there called the Rosetta Stone. I have this for PGA, college football, and NFL. If you don't know what you don't know, I highly encourage you to try it. Just come try it. Sign up for my newsletter, which is in the link of this video. Sign up for it. Support DGen75 on Twitter, and they will hook you up with a free week on the website, and then you'll end up signing up anyway. So there you go. That's what I encourage you to do. It's going to be the year of DGen75 in PGA DFS. All right, let's get to those drawings, editor. I believe I see 102 likes. By the way, 164 people, only 102 likes. What the hell is wrong with you? So I need 3 names, editor. The first 2 are going to build a lineup with me tonight that we will put in the big one, $100,000 to first. It's on me. We'll split the profits 50-50. And then I need a third person, editor. That person that gets drawn will play me 1v1 for all the money in the fuck counter. Hold, I forgot about it. We're going to call this the Lucy Multiplier. The Lucy Multiplier. She says that I cuss and I don't put it in there, so there you go. The Lucy Multiplier has been added. All right, editor, draw some names. While he does, I'm going to start doing questions. Let me get a quick swig of the Topo Chico, who still are not sponsoring me. What do I got to do here? What do I got to do? To get into the drawing, you simply just got to ask a question in the chat, up to 2, and that gets you in there, right? So it looks like a shot like Harden. All right, used to be, hey, fear the beard, motherfather. And Razor Sharp, there you go. There's our 2. And then, editor, a third one to see who plays me 1v1. Big deal. All right. Hey, big deal. Let's go, dog. All right. Keep hitting that like button. If we get up to 150, we'll do another one. All right, get into some questions, and then I'm getting out of here because I'm already sweating like a whore in church. Let's see. Please talk me out of going 100% Dumpy Bo this week. You know what? Dumpy Bo at that ownership, I'm kind of feeling him, Mr. Pentrini. He was almost the one guy I was going to play this week, but I just worried that he was going to get too much swamp ass down there in Cabo San Lucas. I heard we're talking about golf here. That's right, Brian. Look, I can't believe how many people blow off PGA simply because it's the swing season. Slap dicks. Who will be the subject of this week's video? Hit that like button. Oh, it was his name. He's a leprechaun. There's your clue. Is Cam Champ gonna win? I sure hope not after I just did that whole big thing. All right, who would be average 12 to 14 handicap, shoot 18 holes at this course? Ooh, I think it would probably, you probably shoot an 85. That'd be my guess. How do I get banjos as a ringtone? You'd have to hit the editor about that. I don't even have that shit. That actually sounds kind of cool. Luke, don't recognize your name. Welcome, brother. Do we buy at the top of the Dumpy Bow streak? I mean, Dumpy Bow's playing good, and like good form matters a lot. It's one of the few things that's actually sticky in PGA DFS, so I don't mind it. I thought he was going to be like 20% owned. I mean, you saw. I think I had him around 15% or so. So if you want to play him, I think you play him, and you play him with confidence. Have you reserved your lineups? You know what's funny you say about that, Brett? I need to go reserve a couple more over here in the what's it called? Because let's see. Let me go reserve these real quick because I got those 2 drawings. Draft team, reserve. Oh shit! I can pay with crowns. I'm crown rich, motherfather. Let's go. Let's see. Lobby. I got to get one more. This is just great television right here. Me reserving lineups. But, I actually do build these lineups with people that win tickets, so I want to make sure I have them. I'm sure there's a faster way to reserve multiple ones, but you're going to watch it the way that I do it, okay, pal? There it is. We're all caught up. All right, we're all caught up. I got my 3 reserved. All right, it's been way too long since I've been able to make a PGA lineup stream. Let's go, Johnny. Way to be here, motherfucker. All right, Carson Young or Shez Reavie for a cost-effective option. You know what's funny, Doug? I actually kind of like both those guys. If you made me pick one, I would say I think Shez is a better fit and Carson's a better talent. So whichever of those 2 you value the most. With no big weather edge, 65-35 split PMAM makes sense. I don't even know if you need to do that. I'd make your player pool and not even worry about it, Jeff. I really wouldn't. Like, if you get there and it's 65-35, great. But I wouldn't go out of my way to make that rule. 6K range or not? There's about 3 guys, Mike, that I'm considering down there in the 6K range. I don't mind Kraft Mac and Cheese, Endicott, and if you really want to slime me one, look who's number 3 in my effing model. Ryan Palmer. What the hell is going on? What's up, big guy? You think about Hostler and Tigala, Jaeger trifecta box? What's the rest of your lineup going to look like? When you build a lineup like that, what do you have? Like 6,800 for your last 3 spots? I got to tell you, I don't love starting with 3 guys right at 10K. Never a great build, in my opinion. Which salary range do you believe will go under own this week? Pivot to a range instead. I already did a whole thing over that. Pay attention. Will says, target win equity this week. I mean, I try to target it every week, Bill. I'm just trying to get, if you don't have the winner in your lineup, very rarely are you going to win a tournament. And here's the best part. A lot of times in these smaller contests, like I'm playing in that $88 this week, a lot of times if you have the winner and a 5 of 6, you can still win the damn tournament. That's something to remember. If Taryn is chalk, I got to fade. Is Taryn chalk, I got to fade. I mean, it's pretty gross chalk. I'll say that. I'm not here to tell you who to play or who not to play because I got to tell you guys a little secret. I don't give a shit who you play. All right, who do you think will win this tournament? Oh, a leprechaun will, okay? It smells like me win. Tastes like me win. All right, Ryan Palmer week. Don't mind it. I'm not encouraging it, but I'm also not saying don't do it. Single entry, what is the limit contestants that you would enter in that you would enter in a PGA? What is the limit of contestants? Do you mean contests? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry, man. Contestants? I don't get the question, Mike. With no win, do you think this is no? Minus 24 is my pick to win. There are some holes that aren't cupcakes on this course. Which start do you think will be more popular? Skipping 10K altogether? Oh no, 2 10K guys will be way more popular for sure. Gutter up sounds like, oh yeah, Chris Goddard, where'd he go to school? All right, sorry, had to get that in. Yeah, Chris Goddard sounds like what Grandpa would say after a blue pill kicks in. Am I right? I mean, I don't like that. Gutter up. That's what you did there. Weather looks warmer in the mornings. It's warmer in the afternoons, but it gets warm fast. Okay. Thoughts on Kirk being a good pivot? For sure, Joanne. No one's playing Chris Kirk, right? And you know what? I watched Halloween last night, and that was built off of a Captain Kirk mask. Don't tell me that narrative's not real. Does this mean Lucas Glover won't even play through a pair of slacks? Oh, man. Lucas Glover's ass sweat, third hole, he'll be completely ass swamped. I don't get how that guy doesn't just chafe around the course. What are your key stat categories for the new course? Already went over them. Pay attention to the stream. Steven, in a field like this, do you feel like it's even a better opportunity to pivot away from chalk donkeys? Yes, because everybody's guessing who's going to play well, what style of player is going to play well, and who's in good form, because a lot of these guys we've seen once in the last 3 months. We're all guessing. I'm not going to eat a lot of chalk, except that pie just because of the win equity. What is a good counter narrative to the one that no one else is talking about? That this course is more of a second shot course, and it is going to come down to long iron play and not driver play. That's my counter narrative. Hurricane hit there 2 weekends ago. All right. Well, what's his name? Cam Champ. What's up, motherfather? What's up, Eric? What's going on, dude? All right. From Ship It Here, let's go. Hey, Fat Sandwich, thanks for being here, bro, Cephas. Sound delicious. It's 100% delicious. Treat this kind of like Showdown, nuclear hot guys in play for sure. I don't mind that narrative. That's a good one. Run with your nuclear hot guys. T Dunks is in the house. That guy gets nuclear hot. With people spending so much, is it smart to play 49.8 or less? I think that's a good way to get different AO guns. I think that's a pretty good strategy. Play 49. Set your max salary at 49.8, and that will get you different there. What I'm going to do is just fade all the donkey dick chalk in the 7Ks, but that's kind of what I always do. Is Chad Ramey out? Yes, he is. He has withdrawn, so do not have Chad Ramey in your lineups. When playing in qualifiers, are you playing more cash game builds or no? I play it just like a normal GPP, Christian. Just like a normal GPP because it's still a GPP. It's a winner take all, right? That's what satellites are or qualifiers are, right? Sub 7K. Do you think people are going to smash Kelly Craft in there? I don't think so. I don't think he'll be that popular. Steven, aren't you over on the website? You should see my ownership. How are we playing single entry this week? The same way I always play it. Real aggressive. Real aggressive. Moving on. Johnny says, first time they're playing this track, but it's looking these guys routinely play well on seaside courses. A good narrative. Yeah, that's why I kind of did the Paz Palom, because most of those are seaside courses, right? Ronnie Lee says, Ronnie Lee is the guy that I destroyed head-to-head. Is cash smarter play on one of these early? No, I mean, I just don't ever really like cash unless there's a weather edge. Or maybe like some course edge, right? Like everybody's playing this course, but that's a showdown thing anyways. Brent says, Celinda legit or a one-time donkey wiener? Man, that's tough, right? When we've only ever seen the guy one time and he did well, we can't really draw those conclusions. I will tell you, I was really impressed with him the last time we saw him, though. So I wouldn't sleep on him. And he's not, he's a little bit more owned than the guys down there, but nothing that would get you off of him. If you're not going with the bomber narrative, what's your next favorite? I already told you, the long iron play. Second shot, long iron course. Is home course advantage a thing if truly a new course? I mean, I look, if there were any Mexican guys that lived down there by this, I would be warm to that just because they would be like more comfortable sleeping in their own bed. How can Goddard have 24 rounds in? 24 rounds in what? At this course? Probably just goes down there a lot. I don't know. Does this type of course allow for potential to have more random winners / top 10s? I think so. I think anytime a course plays super easy, these guys on easy courses, the difference between most of them is razor thin. Where you really start to see the differentiation and why you don't see many slapdicks win majors is on hard courses, the better players really stand out versus the mediocre players. Should we discount chubbies in the humid environment? Well, that means you're not playing Dumpy Bow, so I cannot encourage that. Did the new guy in the back get picked already? He did. He's back asleep. He's the worst. We take him down to GPP. I'm not opposed to it. Feels like I've already been, this swing season, I think I've been the top 10 to GPP every single week and haven't won a single one. All right. Is there any data on who scores the best on their first comp at a new course? There might be, but I don't have a big guy. Sink and Cooch for all the money? Hey, you don't got to sell me on an old guy narrative, especially those two guys are rich and they want to be richer. They like money. Liking guys better that are 51 to 60 ranking, Dumpy Bow, etc. Dumpy Bow's great. You guys sound like you want to play Dumpy Bow. Play Dumpy Bow. I don't care. I think his ownership is fine. Does EVR and Hardy get a little bit of steam tonight with Ramey and Daman? Yeah, that makes sense. I think some of that Ramey and Daman, more the Ramey will probably go towards Hardy and EVR. I agree with that, Brian. I think that's a good call. Are we going to have a Carson Young winner be Carson? Oh, yeah, that would be brutal. The wrong C Young, that would hurt my soul. That's exactly what would happen too, right? I'm going to wake up and I'm going to see C Young's winning the tournament tomorrow morning and realize it's Carson. Damn it! Okay, let's see. Congratulations to our winners. Yeah. All right, if you reserve your lineups on the mobile version, there's a mat. Yeah, I know, but I was doing it on the screen because I thought it might be bad if I looked down at my phone. So what I thought would be better is if I just go click on a bunch of stuff on my screen. I didn't think it through. Dave says, do you think Glover comes back to reality or rides that wave? I mean, didn't he kind of start to cool down the last time we saw him? I'm trying to remember his last outing. I know he had those 3 good tournaments in a row, but didn't he have kind of a clunker the last time we saw him? No, yeah, I mean, he slowed down at the Tour Championship, right? 18 sounds good, but you got to remember there's only 30 guys there, right? So, that magic cheater putter really started to flake out on him. Are we locking Merritt as Tambo suggested? Hey, you don't got to sell me on Troy Merritt. I will just tell you, I worry about his putter, man. He's openly admitted he has the yips, and the last couple times we saw him, he was not putting well. So that makes me think he has not figured it out. Visor twins build with Killer Keith and Dumpy. Oh, I love a good Visor narrative, okay? You don't got to. I think both those guys. Killer Keith is underpriced in this field. He's no way Killer Keith should ever be below Justin Sull, Luke List, and Chris Kirk. Get the fuck out of here. All right. You going to a block party this week? There's a better chance I'll do 5,000 push-ups tomorrow than I will play stupid Michael Block. That guy is such a scam. All right, who will be the Wednesday night steam? I'm gonna go. I kind of like what he just said. I think with Ramey withdrawing, I think Brandon Wu and Nick Hardy probably get a little bit of steam tonight. All right, guys, looks like I got through all your questions. Do not forget to go check out my site. I'm telling you, get in there now. Prices are almost certainly going up in 2024. Lock it in now, and it won't even affect you, right? So be aware of that. Come check it out. Thank you guys for being here, making this the most watched live stream again. As always, I appreciate every single one of you being here, telling a friend, hitting the likes, subscribing, doing all those things you do. I couldn't do it without you. I appreciate every single one of you. I will see you again tomorrow for Thursday Night Football. But in the meantime, let's enjoy this outro.